Okay. Official, have you decided on stuff yet?
Nothing since I saw you this morning. It looks good, but she hasn't done a pregame or anything yet. So, but I assume we've made it this far and she's feeling well. We're probably okay.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Um, fee is doubtful. How do you kind of prepare for them with or without her, or what's the challenge of um, not knowing, I suppose.
Um, Mostly I would say probably more prepare for her. But we really have kind of one film session and one shoot around really to get ready. So part of it's, if she's not playing, we aren't in control of who they start. So, we'll see which way they go if she can't play. If she does play, we know the challenge she poses in a bunch of different ways. But I think we know better than just about anybody that if a team's shorthanded, it's opportunity for other players. The game changes a little bit. Team probably plays in a slightly different way. So, um, yeah, it's never easy coming here.
Yeah. Couple things you want to focus on defensively.
Being a lot better in transition defense than we were the other night. Uh, Having to, helping at the right times when we need to help, but not over helping because they kind of like us will make all the draw and kick plays and all that if you help from the wrong spots or if your coverage isn't good at the point of attack and then you have to commit extra people. And that's when they get you in rotation and all of them start making shots.
Looking easy for me.
5-4 in your last 9 games. Was there something that just needed to click? Were there a multitude of things that needed to fall into the right place for you guys to have this stretch?
It's a simplification, but we started making some shots. We started making layups. We started making open threes. I thought for a little bit before we got our first win, we were playing better basketball. And then kind of once we got that first one, I think that, took a little bit of a weight off us, took a little pressure off of every single play, carrying the weight of the season on it. So I think we've been better at both ends of the floor. Our defense the last couple of games has not been maybe where we'd like it, but I think we found kind of our rhythm and where people need to get the ball and how to use each other's strengths. And it had been coming. And then kind of once it clicked, we went on a good run.
And with the injuries, they're not fair. You can react to them. I mean, really, you can react to them in a lot of different ways. How would you say your team's just mental strength in reacting to now who's out has been this season?
Very good. Very good. I mean, it started game 2 of the year. I think mentally we were fine. You miss the talent, you miss the players you don't have. You can't just easily replace that. But I think we hung together. Nobody pointed fingers when we were losing, we were struggling. And I think everybody who, people that maybe weren't playing big minutes at the start of the year did a good job staying ready. Emily Anxler, Dee Richards, kind of everybody that wasn't getting a lot of run, and they've helped us win games. So, when you have that kind of up and down the roster, it makes getting through that rough patch a little better because, you have high quality people.
Coach Leah Edwards has been a bright spot for the team. I think she's leading all rookies. Field goal percentage, top 5 in points. You draft someone, you think you know what you're getting, but you're not sure. What have you seen from her? What has maybe surprised you or been better than your expectations versus what you've seen from her play this season?
You think, when you're going through the kind of the draft process and, you're doing your intel and you interview the player, you think you know what you're getting as a person. We knew she was a high character person and everything you heard about her, but then you get them in your building every day and you get to work with them and you kind of get confirmed what you hoped. I think she's a little more explosive and quicker than I thought, a little bit more athletic with the ball in her hands and capable of doing a bunch of different things defensively. I think we're still trying to figure out, and it'll change a little bit as she develops her game, but different ways to use her. The kind of matchup she does well on, letting her be a more aggressive on guard. She has some things that we haven't maybe tapped into all the way yet that hopefully we can continue to do so. But she likes to work, so that's the biggest thing.
Your team is also one of the most prolific 3-point shooting teams in the league, along with the Lynx. The Lynx are also the best defensive team. Does that change your strategy, your offensive formations, or is it just kind of business as usual and you got to make them?
I think it puts a premium on your spacing and understanding what they're going to give you and what they're not going to give you. I think it's a credit to them. I mean, Cheryl always has good defensive teams. They're always good. I think she maybe made a couple tweaks to change how they defended the 3-point line from last year to this year. But it's, a testament to a team's defense when they can flood the paint, take away your easy stuff, and get back out and take away threes. Because if it was that simple, everybody would do it. You just stay home with everybody, but otherwise, most teams give up layups when you want to do that. So they got a team that flies around. They're disciplined. They play really good scatter report defense, and they play really hard. Yeah.
Tyler?
Hey, Eric, picking up on Minnesota, I know you had some time to be with the Lynx for a couple of days during the preseason when you guys were kind of having the joint practices and whatnot. I know the team is vastly different than what it was, but getting a little glimpse into what they were in the preseason to what they are now, what's kind of been the most impressive thing about what they've been doing this year?
It feels like a year ago, doesn't it? What was that, 2 months ago? Honestly, it was, you could see, like the day we practiced with them before we played them, you could see then that they were going to be pretty good. They came in and kind of kicked our butt in that, joint session before the preseason game, which is why we love to do that with them in the preseason, by the way, because you get a dose of reality very quickly. But you could tell they were making a conscious decision to space the floor more. It was very clear what their kind of shot profile was going to be and what they were going to try to do defensively. You saw how well Courtney Williams gelled like right off the bat. She was a big addition, and Alana Smith as well. And I don't know, they look the same as they did then, just getting smarter as the season goes. And kind of when you look at the stats through the league, it's a little shocking. They're at the top of so many things. But I don't think anybody should be shocked. I mean, they've been a good team year in, year out. Even they maybe just got off to a faster start this year than they had the past couple of years.
My second question's on Aaliyah. With her just having such a good knowledge of the game and just how she's been able to kind of approach this season, are there moments where you guys are just kind of like, wow, like she's a rookie, and you guys can kind of have that more advanced conversations that you would with maybe some veteran players?
Yeah, I think what she allows us to do is probably get into the nuance of stuff a little faster. A lot of times rookies, you're just trying to get them to get your base coverages and understand why you're doing what you're doing. But with Aaliyah, we've been able to, really jump into personnel tendencies and, hey, this is when you need to be a step higher. This is when you can stunt and drop. I think her and going back to, Shakira's rookie year, it was kind of the same. Like you can get a little farther down the road in some of those things than you can with a lot of rookies. And obviously coming from the system she did in college, she has a good instinctive feel for timing on offense, spacing, how her guards are going to play, when to screen, when to slip. You can spend a lot of time teaching that stuff, but when somebody comes in the league already with a feel for that, it really helps.
And then for Aaliyah, with her back that she had been dealing with for a few games, are you guys still being a little cautious with her? I know she got into foul trouble the other night, and a few games ago you said you weren't running her into the ground, but I'm just curious kind of where she's at in terms of her back and how you guys are taking that.
No, not really. Not really anything special at this point. Just been hard, we haven't had a lot of practice days, so it's just kind of game recover. But no, nothing particular.
Perfect. Thanks, Eric.
That's it, Coach. Thank
Are we
you.
gonna get